Best budget cameras of 2024. Greetings, camera enthusiast. Welcome to our channel where we'll be embarking on an exciting voyage into the world of low-cost but high-quality cameras. We're delving deep into the finest budget cameras of 2024. In this video series, aim to make your photographic aspirations a reality without breaking the bank. We've got you covered whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. Join us as we discover the most remarkable, affordable camera equipment that will stimulate your creativity and record unforgettable moments. So let's get started and look at the top candidates in the field of low-cost photography. Number 5. Canon Rebel T7 EOS 2000D. The Canon Rebel T7/EOS 2000D is the most affordable DSLR available today. Its 24MP sensor is on par with most recent competition, but the basic autofocus and sluggish burst mode make it unsuitable for action, and it only takes 1080 video with slow contrast AF, so it's unsuitable for video as well. This is still a wonderful investment for beginner photographers who want to learn how to use a real camera. The Canon Rebel T7 EOS 2000D in Europe and EOS 1500D in Australasia is effectively a 24-megapixel replacement for Canon's previous entry-level camera, the EOS 1300D Rebel T6. It's also one step up from Canon's even more affordable Rebel T100 EOS 4000D. However, that model is no longer available for purchase. The Rebel T7/EOS 2000D specifications are rather basic, with Canon's long-running entry-level 9-point autofocus system, an ISO range of 100 to 6400, expandable to ISO 12800, 3 frame per second continuous shooting, and a non-articulating backscreen. External controls are simple but effective. With buttons on the back for white balance, ISO, drive mode, and autofocus settings, the EOS 2000D appears basic enough not to frighten newbies but provides enough features for more experienced users to start experimenting with settings without having to go looking through menus. The autofocus system is a letdown. Number 4. Sony a6100. Since its release in early 2014, Sony's entry-level mirrorless system camera, the a6000, has been a best-seller. Nearly 6 years later, the a6100 introduces a slew of advancements, many of which are shared by the newest mid-range a6400 and top-tier a6600 bodies. However, these enhancements are not cheap, since the a6100 costs nearly twice as much as the original a6000, limiting its appeal as an entry-level camera. The Sony a6100 APS-C mirrorless camera has a lot to live up to. It's an advance over the a6000, which has sold 500,000 units and can currently be purchased for an astoundingly low price, about $408/349 body only. See Sony a6000 offers for current best prices. However, the a6000 has recently begun to appear dated. Image quality is adequate rather than outstanding, at least according to current standards, especially at high ISO settings. The camera's video capture resolution is limited to 1080p, and it lacks a touchscreen. The a6100, or ALC6100 as it is also known, makes considerable upgrades, most notably 4K video. It is not a replacement for the a6000, and both will be available for some time. Can the a6100 convince vloggers and all-rounders looking for an upgrade with its core quality and even a 1:1 aspect ratio option for Instagram? The a6100 is powered by a new 24.2-megapixel Exmor CMOS picture sensor and a next-generation BIO-NZX processor, which is the same as found in the a6600. It's a formidable combination that strives for exceptional performance in everything from focusing and quick-fire photography to improved image quality even at high ISO settings, as well as believable 4K movie capture. Number 3. Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV. The new Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV has a new 20MP sensor, progressively better in-body image stabilization, and a new flip-down and tiltable display. The Mark IV is expected to be a new favorite for anyone seeking for an entry-level camera that can do pretty much everything, as it retains the 4K video and attractive appearance that made the Mark IUI so appealing to consumers. The Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV is slim, elegant, and incredibly light. This Micro Four Thirds camera is likely to amaze with an improved 20MP sensor and focusing improvements. Olympus may have just made news with its shocking sale, but the release of the Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV demonstrates that the imaging manufacturer is back to business as usual. We adored the EM10 Mark II because it's a superb little camera with plenty of helpful features to brag about. It sat atop our best travel cameras chart for quite some time because to its tiny design, 5-axis image stabilization, and 4K video capability. The addition of a 20MP live MOS sensor, up from the previous generation's 16MP sensor, is one of the primary new features for the Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV. This brings the EM10 series up to speed with the most recent versions of the EM5 and EM1 series, which both use 20MP sensors. The Mark IV also has a tiny in-body image stabilization mechanism with up to 4.5 EV steps of adjustment and high-speed sequential shooting at 15 frames per second. There's also better continuous AF precision for focusing on moving subjects. Meanwhile, the face priority/eye priority AF can now focus on faces in profile or looking down, which should help users snap excellent portraits, even from unusual angles. Number 2. Panasonic Lumix G100. The Lumix G100's simplicity will appeal to vloggers and creatives in general. Its user-friendly button layout makes it simple to take high-quality video and stills. Even those who are uninterested in the technical aspects of capturing great-looking films will be able to achieve outcomes with this camera. When designing a camera for social media creatives, there's always the risk of dumbing things down too much, but Panasonic has avoided that problem with the Lumix G100. Panasonic has given the G100 an advantage in a highly competitive market by providing it with a great viewfinder and proper camera ergonomics. The Panasonic Lumix G100 is a stylish little camera, but does the Lumix G line really require another model? It may be said that the Lumix brand has contributed more to the vlogging explosion than any other. Panasonic, as one of the leading inventors in video-capable digital cameras, offers a wide selection of models that might handle the work of the new G100. If you're familiar with the Lumix G and GH camera lines, you might be asking why there's even a need for another camera in this crowded category. However, since video traffic continues to dominate consumer internet use as a result of platforms such as YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, every camera brand is competing for the attention of a constantly rising pool of content creators. The news that Olympus has been acquired is not a positive omen for the Micro Four Thirds market, but there is a clear advantage to sticking with it. Number 1. Canon EOS M50 Mark II. While we would not advocate upgrading to the Canon EOS M50 Mark II if you already possess the original camera, there are a lot of things to appreciate about it if you're new to the system. It's exceptionally small and powerful, capable of taking outstanding stills and 1080p video, and is ideal for travel, everyday imaging, vlogging, and content creation, particularly for streaming and vertical shooting. If you need to record 4K, this isn't the camera for you, but it's Canon's most recommended EOS M body for a cheap go-anywhere and shoot almost anything camera. The Canon EOS M50 Mark II has arrived, and it's an intriguing camera on paper. Its 24.1 MP image sensor, Digic 8 CPU, 2.36 million EVF, and 3-inch touchscreen all appear to be from the same camera. There's a valid explanation behind this. The Canon EOS M50 Mark II is nearly identical to the original Canon EOS M50, both internally and externally. The same hardware, ergonomics, sensor, and practically everything else. It's a significant step up from Canon's entry-level EOS M200 model, but so was the original. So what distinguishes the Mark II? It's not much, but it could make a big impact depending on what you want to do with your camera. Stills photographers benefit the least from this, but if you shoot video, especially if you're a content developer, the improvements are enormous, with one major caveat. Guys, there concludes our best low-budget camera of 2024 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.